Yes, it's raining. So, welcome back, everyone. I didn't realize the mic was off earlier. So, I was saying that this is the wrong side and this is the right side. So, after that, we are just going to do a roll hem. And after the roll hem, the next thing we want to do is to just go ahead to join the buba together. Okay, so let's get right into sewing. Excuse me. So just roll twice. Hi, let me know where you're joining me from. I hope you can hear me. Please let me know where you're joining me from. And also give the live stream a thumbs up, okay? Please give it a thumbs up, alright? So have you ever made Iro and Buba before? Let me know. Maybe I should just leave it. Let me leave that on the pool so that everyone joining can also engage and then join the discussion. Have you or when was the last time? Just quickly going to type that in. The last time You made Iro and buba. So first is just recently, and then the second is never made one before. Okay, so we already started the poll, so you can engage in the poll by voting and let me know when was the last time you made something like this. If you have never made something like this as well, let me know in the pool that has been attached to the live stream. Hey, careful. Okay, so I'm just removing all of the sequence that is around this area so that it does not obstruct the sewing. So this is perfect and is ready now. So the next thing is for us to go and then join the sleeve to the top. I've watched it. All right, that's good. What's that? Did I use this thing? What? To clean it. No, 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 no. Don't use it. Use tissue to clean it. No, 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 no. Mommy is busy. Don't clean it. Use the one in your hand. I can use it. Yes. No, no, no. Don't use this one. Use the second one. Bring that one. All right. So here is the notch. So this notch shows that that's the shoulder, and then where the sleeve is going to end. So I shared a lot of tips yesterday on how to know how to cut the buba. So this is just basically the sewing. So if you need to know how to actually do the cutting, how to manage your fabric if you have limited fabric, do well to check yesterday's live stream after this, and then you are going to get all of the tips that I shared there. All right, but let's continue from here. So here now, this is the attachment that is going to go with the sleeve. All right, so you want to attach this sleeve to this just like this, so it becomes a sleeve like this after attaching. All right, can you see? So what you want to do is to match up the notch right here at the top of the sleeve. You match it with the notch right here. So match the notch together. So by the time you match this notch, this should also match up. The end of the sleeve, which is the seam, should also match up with this notch that you have right here. So what you want to do is, this is the tricky part of sewing a buba. Take a look at what it looks like now. My sleeve is right inside, okay? I have the right side of my sleeve facing the right side of the body. So what you want to do now is, once this meets and it's in like this, you pick up this part. You can see that when we were sewing it yesterday, the side seam of this sleeve, we didn't sew it till the end. So this part now, you pick it and then you sew it this way, okay? So you sew it like this all the way, all around. Let me sew it and then show you. By the time I show you, will understand better on what it is I said you should do. So now take a look. We started from here and then we end it here. So this is the sleeve that's already attached inside. So by the time you flip this outward now, you can see that it is attached, okay? But right now it is not completely attached. So what you want to do now is, this is where the sleeve ends. So you pick up the side seam of the top, which is the buba, pick up the side seam, and then you sew from here. Your sewing of your sleeve stops here, where the seam of your sleeve starts from. So you stop it there and then you now start from right here. Okay, you can see this part is open. So you bring it together and then you start sewing from this point and then you sew all the way down. If you are working with Ankara or any other fabric, when you get to somewhere around 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches, so you stop and then you end. Okay, so let's keep going. What's that? I don't know. So I just brought both sides together just so that I'm going to stop the stitch here, right here as well. Okay. So can you see what I'm doing? I open that up. So can you see? So this which you see now is very important so that there is no form of restriction around the M area. Okay, there must be no form of restriction. So this slit is quite important. This vent is quite important. So I'm going to do the same vent to the other side and join the sleeve the same way we have done this as well. Thank you, Amaka Gift. Thank you. So this is it. Hi Amaka, let me know where you're joining me from. Are you in Lagos? Are you in Nigeria? Are you outside Nigeria? Let me know where you're joining me from, okay? Guys, let me know where you all are joining me from. And if you are a subscriber on the channel, let me know, okay? I'm a subscriber. If you are just seeing this channel today, let me know, okay? I'm just seeing this today, okay? Please comment and let's engage and have fun together while we walk. So this is what the buba looks like now. You can see that the joints right here. Let me bring it this way so that it can be clear. Okay, so you can see that this joint right here is so relaxed. You can see the way it's relaxed. Take a look at it. It's so relaxed. This is the armpit area. So if your buba is not relaxed, it's just because of the way you fixed the sleeve. All right, so maybe I should explain the fixing of the sleeve again one more time when I'm doing the other part so that we can all understand it perfectly. If your buba is not sitting right around the armpit area, this is what you are doing wrong. And you should pay attention when I'm doing the next one now so that you can get it perfectly on how to do it. Okay? So I'm going to bring the second part of it. This is the second part. We've not done anything to this. So here's what you want to do. So here is the right side, okay? And then I'm going to put it inside of the right side. Inside of the right side, okay? I'm going to raise the camera up a bit so I can make that description perfectly. So this is the right side of the sleeve, which is also the sleeve attachment, okay? So this part that does not have the seam joining, which is this part, it has to match with the other part of the sleeve, which is the shoulder area of the buba. So you put it inside of it just like this. Remember that there's a notch which is going to guide us. So let's use our notch. Let's look for our notch to guide us. Okay, so here is our notch. So let's place this over the notch of the sleeve attachment this way. So let's pin. All right, so let's pin it in. So you pin it this way, right? And the other part as well, you pin it this way. So if it is properly done, it should match up with the notch that you have here. All right. So now that it has matched up, you open it up just like this. This is what it should look like when you put everything together. Then you open it up like this. Open it up like this, and then you are going to go ahead to stitch this all the way. Remember that once you open it up like this, the sleeve is now open. So you are going to stitch it like this all the way round until you get to the other end here. So let's do that. So you can see that you already have this fixed. So, but as it is, this is still the side, it is still open. Remember that I'm just trying to show you how to make the sleeve and the armpit of area of your buba to sit perfectly. So once this is attached, you bring it all together like this, okay? And then you sew it all the way down towards the vent. This is the notch that we have made for our vent. This is the notch for the vent. Please do not make the mistake of sewing it all the way up. If you sew it all the way up, it means that you are closing the sleeve, and that's not what we want to achieve. You are going to sew it from this point towards the vent. Once you get to the end of the vent now, you open it up. Here is the vent. You open it up and then you hem this down just twice. Roll hem. So when you're done, make sure you take off your hanging thread. And then here is what this now looks like. This is the vent of the second one. Please give this live stream a thumbs up. It's quite important. That's the way you support this channel so that other people can also see this tutorial to also join us as well. Please, I need your thumbs up. Just give me your thumbs up. Thank you. So this is the vent, and then by the time you flip out the sleeve here, you will see that the sleeve sits perfectly as well. I'm just going to take off all of this hanging thread before we do that. Okay, so take a look at what this is looking like. So you can see it's relaxed, it's a perfect, it gives you a perfect corner. This is a perfect 90-degree corner. All right, so you must have this looking this perfect, all right, when you are sewing a buba. And I've just showed you the trick onto how you can achieve that. Here is the second one as well. Here is the second one as well. You can see the second one is also looking perfect as well. You can get that perfect 90-degree. You can see it right there. Nothing seems to be pulling anything. Everything just looks good and perfect. And that's the right way to sew your buba. And you can see this is the buba. I'm not sure if the camera will be able to capture everything on this table. I'm just going to put it on the dress one. Maybe we'll put it on this so that we can see what this looks like. just going to put it on top of this so we see what it looks like. No, 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 no. Don't go there. Yes.
Why are you using your phone to write?
Yeah, I'm showing the subscribers what we are doing today. So can you all see what our buba is looking like? So this is a short sleeve buba and this is looking really good. So can you see? So this looks good. And the fabric is quite beautiful. So when you're on a dance party and the celebrant is dancing, everything is shaking and the fringe, the sequence fringe just made everything look really nice. So the buba is ready. All that is needed is for me to go ahead and pipe the inside. All right. So when you are working with a fabric that is not sequence, you can go ahead to serge it and overlock it. Okay. But when you are working with sequence, this is the tip. Make sure that you pipe it so that the sequence does not cause the person that is wearing the dress to be uncomfortable, because you know that normally sequence sometimes once they are cut they are like spiky, they are irritating, they irritate the skin. So you go ahead to pipe it with bias all inside, and then once that is done you are good to go. But for other fabrics that are skin friendly, you can go ahead to just serge it and overlock it, and that's just perfect. So up next now we are going to be sewing the wrapper, and then this is like the ribbon I was talking to you about yesterday. This is just a fabric, a mercury fabric, and you just have to cut it into like a sort of a belt. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to sew this so that I can have a perfectly sewn belt. And afterwards we come on here, and then here is the wrapper to this buba. So the we add it to the wrapper. So let's sew. So you make sure that you notch all of these corners so that turning it inside out will be very easy and all of the points can come out very sharp. You can also trim down the seam allowance as well. So I'm just going to turn this inside out with the scissors. This is just any bow or any belt. This is just any belt. If you can make any sort of belt, this is just another belt. Nothing complicated, nothing serious. So you turn it inside out, you can see what it looks like now. So I'm just going to turn the second one out as well, and then I'm going to press it down with my iron. Let me just turn the iron on so that it's eating up. Okay, so you need two of these. So I have two of this now. So the next thing is just to attach it to the end. Take your water. So attach it to the end of, this is the end of the wrapper. So the seam, the M, the M is going to be, you need half inch to fold this downward. Let me bring the camera down so you see what I'm doing. So you need half, and then you need 1.5. But let me quickly press this. Yes.
Am I remove this thing?
No, don't. Okay, so now I am done pressing this. So I've gone ahead to press this down lightly. So this is what it looks like now. And then so we need this to be half first, okay, and then 1.5, just like this. 1.5, okay. So I think I like the 1.75. Okay, I like the 1.75. So you need half and then 1.75. So here is another tip. Ensure that you pin this along the way so that along the line when you are sewing, the fabric does not take another tool. You just sort of control the fabric so that it does not do its own will. Because if you do not pin it down, By the time you are sewing, it will get to a point that the fabric will no longer follow the direction you want it to go. I've shared a lot of tips in this video, a whole lot, and I believe that whoever that is watching this right now, by the time you watch even the previous live stream which we did yesterday, you should not have any difficulty sewing Iro and Buba. Iro and Buba is a very simple style to sew, but it sometimes may not come out right if you do not put some really important technique into place. All right, so let me apologize for there's a bit of distractions here and there, and that's because I have my toddler here with me at the sewing studio today. There is holiday today, so he's here with me, and that's why you can hear some of the distraction. So I apologize. So here is what you want to do. Take one of these, okay, and then you want to put this inside right here, okay. So what I want to do first is to fold this in so that the rough edges does not come out soon or later, because if you do not fold it, soon or later the rough edges will come out. So fold it like this, and then you put it inside of this, okay. Okay, so you want to stitch this down first, stitch it down like this first. So once that is done, half inch is inside of it, then this comes on top. Can you see? You sew it inside and then you flip it over, and then you stitch it on top of it, just as seen. And afterwards you move on